You honestly don't need to clap if you don't want to. You know, it's not a requirement or anything like that. But, you know, I know it's funny, isn't it, being back face to face. And I think for all of us, it's a bit strange. When I got up this morning, I thought, how is this going to be actually speaking to real people in a real place? Because it's months and months since I've done this. And I think for all of us, we're kind of relearning the stuff that we took for granted after having 18 months of something different. But look, it's really fantastic to be able to welcome you to the Vice-Chancellor's Awards. And you know, I'm really, really pleased to be able to thank colleagues around the university who have done some amazing things. And I think what makes it very, very special is the fact that these amazing things have been done under very, very difficult circumstances over this last 18 months. And we're, you know, advancing our technology a little bit, because I think we'll get some kind of live streaming going on, which is really innovative for us. So it's not just people in person, but it's also live streaming online to allow all those people who might not be able to be here with us to also share in the celebrations. And it is a celebration. And I think, you know, for all of us emerging from our darkened rooms into the light of day, I think it's really exciting to be back together. And, you know, this is about people who have made an exceptional contribution to the university. And I want to say that because actually over the last 18 months, everybody has made an amazing contribution. But these people that we're celebrating today have gone above and beyond what would normally be expected of them. And it's about contributions to the university, to the community, and about applying their creativity, passion, and exceptional skills, which is what we're celebrating. And we've got 8 awards today and 16 commendations. And, you know, they're very well-deserving individuals and teams that we will be awarding those to. And, you know, at the end, I'm told that we've got a very special award that we're going to present. And I'm told that that's the bit that we've all got to wait with excitement to find out about, but you probably all know about it anyway. But anyway, we've got this special award at the end that we will be handing out. Now, one thing that I was told by Harriet before I started, actually, when I came today for a great rehearsal, which I never really did, was, by the Graham, could you just read the script? Because when you go off script, you just talk too long. So, Harriet, thanks very much for that. You know that. Obviously, you remember what it's like when I'm giving speeches. So I'm now going to hand over to Harriet Dunbar-Morris, who's our Dean of Learning and Teaching and Chair of the awards panel, to guide us through this ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you, Graham. Before we get started, I'd like to say how wonderful it feels to be hosting an in-person event for the first time in what feels like a very long time indeed. And of course, with in-person events comes some safety announcements for those of you here in the room, obviously not those of you watching us on the live stream. So just to make you aware, obviously, we didn't schedule this in time for a fire alarm drill. So if the fire alarm does sound, please leave your seats and make your way calmly and quietly to the exits at the front. There's one on the left and on the right. Thank you very much. And as chair of the awards panel, I can say we really did find out about some amazing achievements that were taking place during the course of the pandemic year. It was really very, very difficult to whittle down the nominations to this set of final awards and commendations that you're going to hear about today. I'm delighted that we're celebrating the work, the really good work of 16 recipients of Vice-Chancellor's commendations for excellence and highlighting them in this role of honour today. So what I'm going to ask you to do is recognise and celebrate the following commendation winners as I share information about each of them over the course of the next few minutes. And I am going to stick to the script just so that I can get all 16 of them right. Sorry, Graham. So, the placement students in the School of Health and Care Professions formed an essential part of the NHS workforce and have contributed to the national work on COVID-19. The BAME ambassadors for developing and running student-led campaigns to help tackle the BAME awarding gap at the University of Portsmouth. Rick May for supporting students to seek out well-being advice, delivering training to volunteers, and actively promoting a positive culture around mental health, which has had a positive impact for our student sports clubs. The MyPort Student Service Advisors and Administrators for providing an exceptional service in running the new coronavirus infoline service to process inquiries from students, parents and guardians around the COVID-19 pandemic and other Central University telephone numbers, including identifying and supporting self-isolating students as part of the Student Welfare Call. The Library Study Space Booking Team for developing an initiative to successfully and fairly manage the reduced capacity necessitated by social distancing and to avoid long queues at peak periods which would have impacted staff. The elected officer team at the Students' Union for their tireless work to represent the interests of Portsmouth students in the very specific circumstances of 2020-21 and to drive forward campaigns and activities in less than ideal circumstances. Exploring the history behind decolonising the curriculum team for developing induction workshops on equality, discrimination and the history of race in Britain, and for delivering cross-university workshops to examine how attention to historical research can help other disciplines frame responses to the challenges of curriculum decolonisation. Science and Health Online Delivery Support Team for volunteering to be part of a non-expert team to help with the move to online teaching and learning in response to the COVID-19 restrictions. The Students' Union Advice Service Peer Advisors for keeping the service running effectively through the pandemic, providing ideas for how to enhance it, and delivering an excellent service to our students. I have to say, some of these citations, it would be good if it was a bit less of a tongue twister. Phil Jewell for Site Project Management, for engaging nearly 150 member companies in the SITE programme, coordinating support and innovation for them, aligned to our mission to give back to the community as a civic university. Library Click and Collect service for the significant service enhancement of developing the Click and Collect service that, turn the page, allowed students to request books in the library, with staff making them available for collection outside of the turnstiles. Staff team in the School of Health and Care Professions during COVID for the continued delivery by academic and technical staff of high-quality education during the pandemic to ensure the availability of high-quality health and social care professionals, both locally and nationally. Just a few more. The forensic technicians and online course developers for the innovative creation of digital learning objects for online delivery to our student communities, including the use of interactive 360-degree images, practical crime scene photography, video demonstrations, and other digital objects. I will be giving an opportunity for some clapping and celebration in a moment. It's nice to know there's people in the room. 3 more, if anybody's counting. The Student Engagement Dashboard team for enabling staff to identify students who may be falling behind and at risk of failure through monitoring engagement and facilitating student support. The Virtual Year Abroad team for giving students the opportunity to complete a virtual year abroad, which included online language tuition, professional communication and conversation, as well as virtual exchanges and virtual placements. My final commendation goes to BSc On's Cybersecurity and Forensic Computing student, Alan Ross, for volunteering to support the running of the government's Cyber 912 Strategy Challenge, including registering all participants, preparing all the online sessions, hosting keynote speakers, and acting as an MC on the day. And I have to say, I know how he must have felt. So could I suggest that all of the commendation winners stand up and take your bows, and we all clap. Congratulations to you all on receiving Vice-Chancellor's commendations today. And for those of you who are here and online, our commendation winners received their certificates in the post, so they're not showing them now because they've all hung them up on their walls safely at home. Haven't you? Oh, somebody's got theirs at the back. Yes, somebody's brought theirs with them. Well done. Without further ado then, let's move on to celebrating our award winners. So what I'm going to do is ask our nominators to come down when you're called and read your citation to your award winner. Then your award winner will come down and receive their award and certificate and have a photo with the Vice-Chancellor, whilst we all show our appreciation for each winner. So you've had your instructions now. And as you've heard from Graham, you know, I'm quite a taskmaster. Our first award winner is Amy Hughes, and Benjamin Rudge and Rachel Stone will read the nomination. So Benjamin and Rachel.
Hi everyone. Ben and I both separately felt compelled to nominate Amy for her time and effort that she's committed to her volunteering over the last year and her many achievements in such challenging circumstances. Throughout 2020, Amy volunteered over 1,200 hours for St John Ambulance with various deployments within hospital wards and A&E departments. Amy also completed the intensive emergency ambulance crew training, enabling her to assist the NHS by responding to 999 calls. She's volunteered locally, as well as travelling to help in other parts of the country, including London and Bristol. And Amy still now volunteers in Portsmouth.
Cheers. Amy has shown her leadership capabilities. In her role, she is part of the University of Portsmouth as a unit manager, where she is in charge of 20 volunteers who are also students. Helping with her work and development, finally Amy has been part of the First Aid Society's committee for several years, helping to teach fellow students life-saving first aid skills. She has gone above and beyond in helping others whilst also studying for her degree. As a colleague and friend, I've had the privilege of working alongside Amy in hospitals including NHS London Nightingale, and have seen firsthand Amy's compassion, selfless commitment to others. Her values and standards are those that students should be aspiring to. Well done for your accomplishments, and truly deserved. Well done, Amy.
Congratulations, Amy. Sarah Warrington will now tell us about the award-winning team, the BAME Conference Team.
Thank you. Following the murder of George Floyd and the university's pledge last June to make a step change in their efforts to end racism, a conference for our Black, Asian and minority ethnic staff and alumni was envisioned by Marcella Kirby. Sharing her vision with senior leaders, funding was secured to enable it to happen. With the dedicated support of colleagues volunteering to organise the event, the team came together and delivered a truly exceptional conference to over 180 Black, Asian and minority ethnic staff, alumni and allies. The event included keynote speakers, our Chancellor and alumna, Karen Black at OBE, Asif Sadiq, MBE, the then Head of Diversity and Inclusion at Adidas, and Naira Chamberlain, PhD, alumnus and President of the Institute of Mathematics and its Applications. A huge well done to Marcella and the whole of the conference team.
I'd now like to ask Brendan McCarthy to tell us about Wendy Wang and her initiative to provide food packages for self-isolating students.
Hello, everyone. So this award is for Wendy. Wendy showed true leadership and determination in launching and implementing a process for welfare packages for students. An estimated 500 international students were due to arrive into halls last year in September on this one weekend, and they were required to immediately quarantine due to COVID-19. This meant they didn't have a chance to get to any shops, get any cash out. Wendy arranged for hot food deliveries from a local restaurant and became the sole point of contact for those managing the phones that weekend and supporting those students. Wendy went to great lengths to ensure that every student had a hot meal during that period and for the following weeks afterwards. So from me, my SU colleagues and others in the university, I'd like to say thank you very much. Thank you, Wendy.
I'd now like to invite nominator Chris Chang. Please could you tell us about the achievements of our award winner, the COVID-19 ATS testing team?
Thank you. When the COVID-19 pandemic hit, it became clear very quickly that testing would be a key tool in reopening our campus and keeping our staff, students, and the wider community as safe as possible. The team has played a vital role in the safe reopening of our campus, carrying out over 32,000 tests to provide accurate infection data and in combating the narrative that university students were a primary cause for COVID-19 spread.
And the Study Buddy Club project was so good, it was nominated twice. And Chris Chang has stayed up here because he's going to read another nomination.
Thank you. The Study Buddy Club was established during the third lockdown in February 2021 to support University of Portsmouth staff who had home education responsibilities during school closures. The project was staffed by university students who provided an online club for children between the ages of 7 and 11 to help staff with homeschooling. The club provided teaching placement opportunities for our own students who would have normally been based in schools. It also gave the children an opportunity to mix with other children in an online environment. Staff members whose children attended the online club provided very positive feedback about their children's experience, and one child said, "I wish the Study Buddy Club lasted forever." Thank you.
Congratulations to the team. Award-winning initiative Stop COVID-19, represented by Sam Robson, was nominated by Angela Beckett, who will now read the citation.
In collaboration with university and hospital research staff, Sam Robson established a next-generation sequencing centre for COVID-19. Using university equipment, hospital labs, and a lot of goodwill, testing began on all SARS-CoV-2 positive samples collected at Q8 Hospital in Portsmouth. This allowed us to identify variants and transmission chains in the local area. Over 15,000 genomes have been processed, with samples being sent from all over the southeast of England. Sam has worked tirelessly to ensure rapid turnaround of results and provided the critical information required by infection control teams at local hospitals, as well as providing essential data on variants, which has been used by policymakers to inform transmission control decisions. Thank you.
Congratulations, Sam. Stephen Corbett, would you like to tell us about the pre-sessional English team's achievements?
Thank you, Harriet. The PSE team are responsible for pre-sessional English courses for international students wishing to develop their English language skills to meet their degree entry requirements. Courses run in both the summer from April to September and in the autumn from October through to January each year. In March 2020, responding to the global pandemic and the potential impact on international students planning to undertake their studies in the UK, the PSE team responded proactively and creatively through two key initiatives. Firstly, the team developed an institutional test to assess English language skills for entry onto university courses. This was necessary due to the closure of IELTS centres, preventing students from being able to access tests which would be required to determine their eligibility in meeting their course entry requirements. Secondly, the team completely redeveloped the campus-based pre-sessional English programme into a pure distance learning course. This course received its first intake of students in May 2020, 10 weeks after the programme redevelopment was initiated. The course was highly successful, innovative, using a range of technologies which were new to the institution. To ensure the success of the team was achieved, they worked collaboratively with one another and with teams from across the university who we wish to share this achievement with. Thank you.
Congratulations to the pre-sessional English team. And now the 8th Vice-Chancellor's Award. Can I invite David Bacon to read the citation on behalf of the nominator, Adam Amara, for the award-winning ICG COVID response team?
In response to the COVID-19 pandemic, the team at the Institute of Cosmology and Gravitation leveraged their expertise in statistics, computing, and data analysis to help the university. The team built a tailor-made data management system to critically underpin our testing system. The team also crucially enabled new research efforts to better understand the spread of the virus, for instance, through detailed studies of coughs and sneezes in clinical environments. Their rapid response, often under extreme time pressure, and keen engagement to solve other groups' technical challenges is an outstanding model for how well cross-departmental collaborations can work to address major challenges, especially during a public emergency. Thank you very much.
Bit of fist bumping going on there for the ICG COVID response team. I hope you all noticed, those in the room. I think the PVC Research and Innovation is very pleased. So, you may have remembered that Graham said there was another award and built up your expectations. So what I'd like to do now is invite my colleague Gavin Knight to come down and tell us a little bit about this other special award today.
Thanks very much, Harriet. The Vice-Chancellor's Award for Citizenship is being awarded to one of our biomedical science students from the Faculty of Science and Health, Jessica Ware. Jessica is being awarded in recognition of her remarkable courage and for being an outstanding representative of our students. Last year, Jessica received a Vice-Chancellor's commendation for helping to save the life of a fellow flatmate with meningitis. Her quick actions made the difference between her friend making a recovery or losing his life to the infection. More recently, Jessica intervened to control the bleeding of a severely injured member of the public whilst waiting for the emergency services to arrive and take over. Jessica has encountered two incredibly traumatic situations which she has faced with bravery and determination to help those in need. Congratulations, Jessica, on your much-deserved award. We're very proud of you. Well done.
very many congratulations to Jessica on her much-deserved award. We were very pleased that Jessica, at very short notice, unexpectedly, was able to join us today, which is why there's no flowers or bottle of bubbly for her, because those were delivered to her placement address where she was due to be. So very many congratulations again to Jessica. So now I hand back to Graham to give some closing words of thanks. Thank you, Graham.
Isn't it amazing what our students and staff do? I mean, every year I come along to these awards and I'm actually blown away by the efforts that are made by people just going beyond the normal. And I'm really grateful to all of you and to all of those who were nominated today. I want to, of course, thank those that have been involved in making this happen. To Harriet, who works so hard bringing everything together, and I'm really appreciative of that. To all the nominators, because of course, if the nominators didn't make the effort to nominate people, we wouldn't have an awards ceremony. And I would really like to encourage people to think about those round about you who have done something exceptional and put them forward. Because, you know, saying thank you and having that opportunity to celebrate like this, I think, is so important. And of course, all of those staff and students' achievements that we've read about today and judged. And of course, to the communications and events team who have made this happen as well. I believe there's some celebratory food and drinks downstairs in the foyer, so please go down to the foyer and we'll have some more opportunities for some wonderful photographs. It may be even nicer if they aren't photographs of me, but photographs of everybody else would be really nice so that we've got a record of everyone that was here today. So thank you all very much for supporting the event by coming along today, and thank you again to all those that have organised it and to all those that have been successful in their awards. Well done and thank you.